Bang, and the wall is gone.
Yes, those were the words I said last week. But trust me, we are going to need beats like this to get us through this heavy workout. But hang on a minute, let me ease you in with something more soft, and these sick beats can join in later. You join me today with my friends Ryan and Johnny, who kindly travelled all the way from Manchester to aid me in lifting this beam in. Oh, and it helps massively that Johnny is a bricklayer stroke builder by trade. So with the aid of another two bodies, surely the four of us could lift this thing in. Time for a recap, ladies and gents. If you're new here, these are the floor layouts of the house prior to the wall being removed, and this is where the steel will rest. Now, most people would settle for a nib, which is in effect a pillar that steps out from either wall and the steel is lifted into position and rests on. Not me though, we are tying this steel into both gable ends, which means we'll have to slide the steel in through one hole in one end of the house. Awkward, I know, but the results surely will be worth it.
On the shed roof, mate. Steel's in the air on the genie. We're about to go in through that hole. And I've got the weight on the rope to sort of pull it across. Chaos.
In the hole.
Watch the slate on the end.
In the hole in the way.
I'll tell you, keep going.
Keep going. I'll get you going. It's a bit technical this year. I'll bring you back in a bit. Clear.
Yeah, keep going there.
Go on.
There we go.
A bit more, Johnny.
And this is where those sick beats come into hand that I stopped at the start of this episode. Time for the heavy lifting and the awkward struggle of sliding this ever-anticipated beam into position.
I've got a great shot of your ball dead here, mate. Ready? 1, 2, 3, push! Leg press. Right, we need to move, Dad. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Wanna move my feet.
1, 2, 3, go! Right.
Wanna move my feet.
Right, I've got a lot of weight here. I've got a lot of weight here now. Right, if you pull that. You've got it. Not all of it, that's yours. I'm going to move back. If you pull it. That's alright. Move the weight back. Again, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. You know that weight? Alright? Yeah. Can we get an afro over this? Yeah.
The weight's not ours, then, isn't it? Yeah.
Johnny, what about if I put a load of wooden tracks in there and you slide out? Just thinking of the initial drop.
3, 2, again. 1, 2, 3. Right, hang on. One. Is it heavy?
Johnny, you want me to come down?
No,
now?
you're alright, mate.
I've got no weight.
It's just the position I've got to find. That's good. There.
Hold on, you sure?
You
go there, you need to lift up. Stay
There.
there. Hang on. Straight back at that, Johnny. Ready?
How much more seat have you got on that side, Tom? Are you alright, yeah?
How much have you got,
I've
Tom?
loads, mate. Right, go on then.
1, 2, 3.
Right, stop. Right.
In.
We're on the paddle, I think.
I've got to go down and get me.
The only thing that's going to wind me up is the gap between that and that is not the same as you. Yeah.
Wanna move my feet. Wanna move my feet. Wanna drink my wine. Wanna move my feet. Wanna drink my wine.
So then, as you can see, the steel beam is now in place. It was an absolute graft to get that in, and the reason there was a graft is because we didn't settle for a nib either end. We wanted to rest it into both gables, so we had to slide it in through the house, and that's why it was difficult. Normally, you would get the steel into the house, you'd put it between the acros, and you would lift it onto each one, and then that's it, done. However, this had to go right into the end. My friend Johnny had to smash a huge hole right through the house just to get it in, and I over-measured the steel by about 150 mil. So we've had to go further into the walls than expected. But with stone, as you can imagine, it doesn't break like brick. So we had to go to the outside stone and was on the back. So if we'd have knocked that out, there was no way we was getting it back in on the other side. So it's in, it's resting. I'm gonna let it settle first because the pad stones haven't quite gone off yet. I'm gonna give it a week. I'm gonna come back, smash some slate in between the joists where they don't quite meet, pack it up with slate, and then I'm going to release the acros and it'll be all done and dusted. And he's just been to get some free-range eggs from around the corner. So let's have a quick look around at what's actually gone on, and you can see where it's going to rest and how we've currently got it propped at this stage. In the time it's taking you to watch the next few seconds of this episode, we travelled home for a week of work and returned the following weekend. This was to allow the cement to harden before we could release the acros, allowing the steel to sit and rest on the pad stones. This would eliminate any unwanted movement or settlement. And we're back. Well, I am anyway. This time using brute force to drop the steel into its future position. Apologies if this episode had a lot of music in it, but right now I was hoping to join you in the house showing you the before and after walk round of the property. However, due to the current unprecedented times, that's not likely, so you'll have to join me in a rather funky chair with very funky hair. Making videos has been very difficult in this current stage, purely because, one, my MacBook broke, this has now broke and I can't get it repaired, so we're relying on a phone on a makeshift tripod. Let me know what you think in the comments. With regards to the house, we'll have to rely on a before and after photo, which will hopefully help you gauge with what's happened and the difference and the light and the natural light into the house. With all that said, it is time to end. So I want to thank you very much for watching. If you really do like these videos, consider subscribing, drop us a like. It does help, it bumps the ratings up and allows more people to see these videos. And yeah, stay safe, stay sane, more importantly, and enjoy your hobbies, your interests, whatever you want to do. And once this virus is gone, hopefully everything will be back to normal and we can continue life as normal. And once again, I want to say a big thank you to the NHS. Everyone says it. My mum's an NHS worker. I see what the stress she's going through, and honestly, keep doing what you're doing. You're doing the country proud, and hopefully Mr. Bojo will reward you.
When you are away, keep wishing that you stay. Like two different